rapping and spitting flows. Been weighing the cons and the pros. Feel like I'm the only pro. If we gon' go, then go. We can take it toe to.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, just the way I'm feeling. I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. More than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the San Francisco 49ers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Throwing first play is Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Off of play action, here's Lance. Flushed out right. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First down, here's Mitchell. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The Niners had 8-6 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them.
Here's a diving catch right side. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
On 2nd and goal, Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Mitchell will score. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, 1st quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it, and it's caught inside the 5, and he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 25-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and 9, Howell. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Commanders have cut the lead back down to 2. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. The defense stands tall, and they're going to hold on to their 8-6 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
32. Shot, 17. Blaster, 6. Set,
to throw again on second down. Lance. This will be caught at Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 66 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
It's complete, and he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive to about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From just shy of midfield, Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Now Lance again. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5, and he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Out of his own end zone. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw from his end zone, Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. And entertaining. Start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On first down, Howell. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Amber Thomas. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll go again with Gibson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Powell. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. Call it a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
57 to mine. 19 in your face. Nice 57.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up netting positive yardage out of this as he's able to get it up near the 25-yard line. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Hey. Share. 43 rail. Check 25. Check 25. 36.
Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
52.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to have a Niners first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. Montez Sweat with a tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Lance eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On play action, Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready. 52 blue.
6-man. Check girl. Check that.
From the 24, Lance. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Push him back. 81. 57, Mike 57. Not here. 57 to Mike. 57.
First throw now for the backup Wentz. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Wentz now on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Another throw for Howell. Flush to his right. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Howell throwing on first down here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to take another shot here. That one good for 37 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You look.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2nd and 11. Here's Howell. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check, 48's the mic. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
And once more, Howe back to the air. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Robinson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Watch the curl, watch the curl. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Check, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Robinson not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Hey, check, Mike 57. Mike, come back team.
Powell, third and goal. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
This one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And they will remain well behind. So first and goal quickly turns into fourth and goal, and then fourth and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Lance now on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Second and 9 now from the 21. Here's Lance to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards that time.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
On first down, Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now Howell. Out left to Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners extend their lead yet again. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one... And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Here we go.
They run over center with Mitchell, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lance. And that is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Here we go.
Black Ultra.
Throwing now is Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Green Jack. Ready. Go.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Sliding out of the pocket. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. To throw, it's Lance. And it's caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel from 10 yards out. And the Niners are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Now Gold for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gold now out to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Howell, he'll look to throw it. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
A chance for Waddle on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
On the counter, Mitchell.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. because otherwise...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the 49ers are going to get the football back at their own 17. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 72 yards rushing now for Mitchell. He's got a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Another run with Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Ready up. 10 cycles.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check back.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's complete left side to Gray. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give here to Mitchell. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hal to the air on 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And now off to the races down the right side. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Ready, 33, yellow.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for San Francisco, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they're guaranteed